Hi, boys and girls. It's Marci Chavalas, and it's story time. I'm excited to bring you this book about Pablo Picasso, a very, very famous. What do you think he does? You guess? Is he a famous horse rider? No. A famous football player? No. A famous artist. Let's go read more about him on the back. It seemed that little Pablo was always destined for artistic greatness. His very first word was pencil. After mastering all kinds of different techniques, he dedicated his life to being an artist. It was often a struggle, and at times he was so poor that he burned his own paintings to stay warm. But Pablo never gave up on his dream and went on to change art forever. This story of the revolutionary artist's life features a facts and photos section at the back, which we'll be exploring. All right, I can't wait to get into this book. Are you ready? All right, let's grow. Oh, look at all these beautiful art things. In the sunny city of Malaga, Spain, lived a little boy called Pablo. He could draw before he even learned how to talk. Instead of mom or dad, his first word was lápiz, which means pencil in Spanish. Whoa! He can even talk and he's already drawing. Was that you? Have you been drawing since you were very, very young, or coloring? Maybe you might be a Pablo Picasso. Ooh, I wonder what's going on here with horses and bull? Let's read and find out. Don Jose, his father, was an art teacher. He taught his son how to use oil paints. Pablo was just 9 when he completed his first painting, a man riding a horse in a bullfight. He was only a kid, but was already a better artist than his dad. Whoa, at 9 years old, boys and girls, you could do amazing things. I have a little boy too who is 9 just like Pablo, and I can guarantee you that he is much better at drawing and coloring and being an artist than I am, and I'm so proud of him. Maybe you're like that as well. His father took him to Madrid to visit its most famous museum, El Prado. Pablo hoped that his paintings would one day be hanging on the walls next to the work of great Spanish masters like Goya or Velázquez. Wow, his dad's showing him examples of other artists to inspire and encourage him. He attended a well-known art school in Barcelona, and soon he mastered almost every known style. Still, Pablo didn't want to paint like grown-ups did hundreds of years ago. He wanted to show the world his own way. He was creative and he wanted to do something a little different. You want to do things differently sometimes? Let's see what happens in the story, the true story, to figure out what happens when he steps outside of the box. Pablo's first solo exhibition was held in a cafe called the Four Cats, a place where painters and poets would hang out. There, he met his friend Carls. They were very different, but instantly, they became buddies. Soon, they were sharing a tiny studio. When he visited Paris, the center of the art scene, Pablo knew it was a perfect place to settle. But the world wasn't ready for his style, and making a living as an artist was hard. Sometimes he burned his own paintings to keep his room warm. Now, sometimes the things we like to do or we're called to do might not be that easy. Let's see what he does, even though it's tough, with the future. It looks like he's having to make himself warm by burning his own paintings just to survive, but he's continuing on. Let's read to find out more. One day, he got terrible news. His dear Carlos has died. For a long time, Pablo would only use the color blue in his paintings. It was his way of letting everyone know how sad and lonely he felt after the loss of his friend. Oh, that is so sad, boys and girls. It's hard when someone that we care about dies. It really hurts our heart and makes us sad. Does that mean we should stop the things that we are born to do? Nope. We can commemorate. That means to remember the person we care about through the work that we do, like he's using his art to express his feelings. That's a healthy way to walk through our pain and grief, by being creative and remembering the people we care about, even after they're gone. But luckily, sadness never lasts forever. That's a great thing to remember. Any emotion, happiness, anger, sadness, joy, anything, feelings come and feelings go. So his sadness did not last forever. And after 2 long years of feeling blue, Pablo's paintings were filled with color again. He used red, pink, and orange to paint the clowns, dancers, and acrobats he saw at the circus and cabarets. I like how he took time with his feelings, and when he was ready, he brought back to life what he knew he could do. With a friend and artist called Georges, he created a whole new style, Cubism. They painted one thing from many different angles and put it all together in the same picture. The result was as playful as a little kid's drawing. Look at that. The day George brought a roll of wallpaper to their studio, Pablo couldn't wait to start experimenting with it. He cut up pieces of it and pasted them onto his painting. It was the first time collage was used in a work of art. Now, this is a very popular technique that you might even use in your art class at school. How many of you make collages where you cut up different shapes and different patterns and put them together? Yeah, this is kind of where that came from. I didn't know that. I learned something new while I'm reading this book. I didn't know very much about Pablo's life, and I'm excited to keep reading more about it. When we don't know something, we look it up. Pablo was a well-known artist when war broke out in Spain. He created a huge black and white painting that showed the bombing of a town called Guernica. It was the most moving anti-war painting the world had ever seen. For him, one idea could be expressed in lots of ways. He kept exploring different styles, materials, and techniques all his life. Pablo created so many paintings and sculptures that his art could fill a whole museum. Sounds like he was working very hard, boys and girls. And even though it took him just 4 years to paint like a master, little Pablo never stopped trying to paint like a child. Because all children are artists. We just need to keep believing it once we grow up. Every one of you that's listening to this story is an artist, so find a way to express that art. And here are pictures of Pablo. Oh, look, when he was little and growing up. And more stories in this series. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, boys and girls. Don't forget to click the like button right now and click subscribe to hear the next story. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, bye now.